Hi, my name is Naoto. I'm a lead sharpener at Knifewear. We are specialized in Japanese kitchen knives, but we also sell Japanese gardening tools like these pruning shears. Today I'm going to show you how to sharpen a pruning shears like this. This one here has been very well used, made by Toyama-san in Niigata, Sanjo. The technique I'm going to show you is going to work for any pruning shears that can come apart. Today I'm going to primarily use this stone here. This one here is the Naniwa Chosera 400 grit stone. Because the nature of a scissors, you're cutting into some really hard branches. You would not need to sharpen them up to say 30,000 grit. If you don't have this 400 grit stone, don't worry, you can definitely do it anywhere from say 400 to 800 grit. You still use 1000 grit stone as well. For practical purposes, I chose this 400 grit stone. The first thing I'm going to do is, well, a little bit obvious maybe. I'm going to take this shears apart and do a little bit more cleaning. It is kind of covered with the gunks and little sticky juice, probably from the trees or branches. So I'm going to take this apart and clean them before I start sharpening. So I'm just gonna first clean this blade with the barkeeper's friend. Most of the gunks are gone. I'm going to start from the blade on right hand side. It's got a bevel here. So in Japanese, we call it it's more like the blade. This one we call it the receiving ukeba, or the receiving blade. For scissors, they're sharpened actually at a lot more higher angle than the knives are. Usually for kitchen knives, we sharpen them at anywhere between 15 to 20 degrees, where the scissors are sometimes sharpened at really high angle up to something like 70 degrees like this. This blade here is, it's a ballpark, but I'll be sharpening on this side of the blade at around say 50 degrees, 50. And this is probably sharpened at around 70 degrees. And just do it until you raise the bar. If you aren't quite sure how to hold the steady angle, you can always have your index finger on the left and on the spine and try to take the maintain the same angle. I sharpen enough knives, so just gonna do. And it is really big, widely carved blade. Whole blade is carved, so make sure you raise your, I guess, elbow and also the wrist up a little bit, just to follow the carve of the blade. So what I'm going to do is I just sharpen them until you raise a burr on the other side. For this side of blade, originally how this bevel was sharpened was, some people call it Scandi grind. What that basically means is that so I sharpened this at very edge around 45 to 50 degrees. Scandi grind basically means it goes from this bevel all the way down and gradually tapers it down into 45 or 50 degrees. There's a video about how you can sharpen a convex grind. So if you want to tackle that, please go ahead. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this one here. I have clear burr right now, so I'm gonna keep them right here. So what I'm going to do is sharpen actually this carved edge inside. For most cases, the sharpening on one side will significantly improves the sharpness of the pruning shears. So you don't have to do this part as often. Today, because I want to show you how to do it full sharpening job, I will do sharpening job on this side as well. But because it's such a tight carve, what I'm going to do today and what I'm going to use today is this broken down piece of a coarse 220 grit stone. So I'm just gonna wet them. What you could do is you can have them on a vise or something. What I'm going to just do is to just follow the curve. So I'm just gonna put this back together with the pieces that we have here. So when you are putting them together, want to make sure this freely opens and closes, not too tight, obviously. And you wanna hear the blade is slightly touching. Thicker, thicker.
All my fingers.
Tip two? Yeah. So tip, middle, bottom, nice and clean. Oh well, that does it. I am covered with all the branches that I just cut. A little bit of tips, the sharpening itself is very simple, but also not only the sharpening, but you want to make sure the blade alignment so that it actually touches at the one spot, one point. Another thing is that you do not have to sharpen this whole bevel. Simplest way is really to sharpen that one side of the blade at pretty high angle, like 45 to 50 degree. And as long as they match, they align with the blade, back of the blades are flush, the burr will be taken care of by itself basically. All you have to do is just do a couple times open and close to break off that burr. And that's basically all you have to do. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about sharpening, more sharpenings, leave the comment below. If there is any specific tools that you want to know how to sharpen them, also leave the comment below. And hopefully I blinked enough times today. I don't know. Bye. Bye.